there, my name's Tracy from Randomness of Rudy, and today we are talking about Taurus and Leo in a relationship. This is actually a part of my YouTube series on the Taurus experience, where I take a look at Taurus in a relationship with each member of the zodiac. And so if you haven't seen my first video where I go a bit more in depth on what it's like to date a Taurus, please go back and check that out. Taurus with Leo is a match that tends to happen more often than not. And it's a tricky match. It's a tricky match for several reasons. Number one, Taurus and Leo are both fixed signs. And a fixed sign is an energy that's very steady, very predictable, creatures of habit, and also very stubborn. And this stubborn energy that comes from these two signs is probably the main thing that will cause difficulty between these two signs. The other tricky part to this match is the fact that Taurus is an earth sign and Leo is a fire sign. And if we look at the elements alone, they don't work well together. Fire has this way of really kind of scorching earth, whereas earth has this way of putting out fire's flames. And so if you ever find yourself as a Taurus dating a Leo or vice versa, these are the things to keep in mind. As an earth sign, Taurus really prefers life to be simple and steady, really doesn't need the big hoopla, the big shebang, all the excitement that Leo kind of craves and looks for in life in general. These two signs have very different temperaments. Leo is outgoing, Leo is active, Leo really can't sit still for too long. And Taurus can be the same as far as outgoing and active as well. But Taurus, at the end of the day, really just wants to come home to a quiet home and really kind of, play this domestic game of, cuddling and watching movies and cooking dinner. And Leo would definitely be open to these things as well, but Leo also needs a lot more than just that. And so one of the things that could come up between these two signs is maybe a sense of boredom. And that's something, again, that, any match of Taurus and Leo would need to be mindful of. But nevertheless, Taurus has this grounding energy for Leo, and Leo does provide a sense of excitement to Taurus, and both will appreciate the other for these things. And despite the stubbornness that comes with being fixed signs are also very loyal and very committed. And so I think when it comes to Taurus and Leo, if both can overcome, their core differences, there is this promise of a long-term, steady, and committed relationship, which really, at the end of the day, is what both signs need. With regards to sexual compatibility, a very beautiful match, sexually speaking. Taurus enjoys lovemaking. Taurus enjoys every aspect of lovemaking and is very sensual. And Leo will appreciate the time and the tenderness and the attention that Taurus provides Leo in the bedroom. And on the flip side, Leo is very passionate. Leo is very steady in the bedroom. And Leo really enjoys lovemaking as well. And so I think that both signs would find an ideal lover in the other. With regards to your disagreements, this is probably up there with the fixed energy between you, and that, both signs operate on very different levels. Both signs have operate on very different wavelengths. And with regards to disagreements, you may find that you both come to an impasse where it's very difficult for either of you to maybe understand one another, to understand each other's point of view, and it may be also difficult for either of you to kind of persuade the other of another way of thinking. And when this happens, the best way to overcome this is to really just accept each other's differences and essentially agree to disagree. I think both signs are open to new ways of thinking. Taurus, to be quite honest, more so than Leo, because Leo has this way of feeling that they're always right. But when you do come to that impasse and there's really no way to go, probably the best thing is to walk away, because both signs are very stern and really don't change their point of view very easily. All right, so this is just something to keep in mind. But outside of these things, you know, Taurus is a very patient energy. Taurus is a very giving energy. Leo is very generous and very loyal, and Taurus will really appreciate this about Leo. So this is a match that could definitely go the distance. Of course, with both members of the relationship, with both Taurus and Leo being accepting of each other's differences. If you want more information, feel free to visit me at randomnessofrudy.com. And until next time, good luck.